YouTube, it's me again. Today I wanted to talk about dark circles under the eyes. A lot of people have them, not a lot of people know how to get rid of them. Everybody's looking for that holy grail product, that be-all end-all that will cancel out their dark circles and make their eyes look completely alive and refreshed. But the truth of the matter is, different things are going to work for different people. What works for me may not work for you. And you just have to experiment and play and find the right things for you. However, there are a couple of tips and tricks that I've discovered that can help get rid of those dark under eye circles. As you can see, I'm not wearing any foundation or concealer, it's just eyes right now, and I've got some pretty serious dark circles under my eyes. Now what you have to look into is what causes your dark circles. Why are they there in the first place? Are they hereditary like mine? Do they come because of lack of sleep? That's one of the most common problems, is lack of sleep. Mine is probably a mix of the two. Allergies can be a huge issue because they cause you to rub your eyes. And all dark circles under your eyes are broken blood vessels. There's some really thin skin under there, so those broken capillaries just bust right through, and that's what creates that bluish purple tone. So get some extra sleep, drink lots of water, all that great stuff. But say, like me, your dark circles are hereditary. Thanks, Mom. So you have to come up with something, some means of kind of concealing them, covering them up, or improving them. You might not ever be able to completely get rid of dark circles. Once they're there, for the most part, they're always going to be there. But there are ways that you can kind of help make them a little bit better, and there are ways that you can help cover them up when you want to wear a full face of makeup. So, first things first, find an under-eye cream or gel that moisturizes under your eyes. The skin under your eyes is super, super thin and very, very sensitive. It's very prone to pulling and tugging, so you shouldn't be rubbing your eyes at all. Don't pull and tug at the bottom of your eye when you're putting, liner on underneath. If you want to put liner in your waterline, what you do is you take your ring finger or your middle finger and just press. And if you press down, you'll notice that your waterline just kind of pops forward. And that way you're not stretching the skin under your eyes. And finding an under eye cream or gel is essential because what your eye is craving is moisture, and it wants help with renewing those skin cells. Your skin renews and replaces its cells on its own pretty often. But sometimes some areas of your face might need a little bit of help, especially your under eye because that skin's so thin. The one I've been working with right now is called Novina. One of my friends gave this to me. She got it in one of those little sample boxes. This is actually designed for pregnant women, but the only reason it's designed for pregnant women is just because it's organic. It doesn't have any sulfates or parabens, which is really, really good for you anyway. This is the Novina Organic Cucumber Cranberry Eye Gel. It looks like that. I've been using this. It's been decent. I haven't really been able to use it long enough to determine whether it works or not. But some ingredients you want to look out for. You want to look out for really good moisturizing ingredients. You want to avoid alcohol at all costs. Alcohol is not a moisturizer. It dries out your skin and it's horrible. And you want to look for ingredients that are in the nightshade family of plants. Your tomatoes, your potatoes, your cucumber, those kind of plants are going to encourage cell regeneration, and it's going to make your skin regenerate faster under your eyes, which is going to actually help build up those layers of skin to decrease the amount of darkness under your eyes. This has cucumber in it. The cranberry is going to be kind of stimulating, so it's going to be nice and moisturizing. It's got aloe in there, so I hope it will work eventually. I'll keep you posted on that. So, say, all right, you need a quick fix. You're about to go on a date tonight. You've got huge dark circles under your eyes because you had a night of drinking last night or something, you didn't sleep, and you need help now. So there's a couple of different things that you can do. One thing you want to focus on is not putting too much product under your eyes. It'll get heavy, it'll get cakey, and it'll just look like you are wearing too much makeup. And we don't want that. You're not going to try and eliminate them completely. It's just not going to happen. And frankly, it looks unnatural. A little bit of darkness there is okay. But One option for reducing dark circles under your eyes is to use a corrector. You guys have seen me talk about this before. This is the MAC Conceal and Correct palette. It's one of the only things from MAC that I use on a daily basis when I do makeup. Every day I do makeup, I have this out because this salmon corrector shade right here saves my butt. Like, this is a serious under eye corrector. What you're looking for, because most of the time your dark circles are going to be blue or purple toned, you're going to be looking for something that's a salmony pink color or a bisque color. So this is a salmon color, and it really works very well to cancel out the dark circles under my eyes. It's a very creamy formula, which is the only criticism I would really have for it. It does blend really easily, but it can look really thick and heavy really easily. So you have to use a very light hand, but different companies make different correctors like this. Keep an eye out. Even salmon colored eyeshadow can work if you've, got the skin type to use powder eyeshadow under your eyes. Use a salmon colored eyeshadow, something that's a pale, kind of light salmony pink like that will work perfectly. Bobbi Brown makes one, Pixie, the drugstore brand at Target makes one, all kinds of companies make them, drugstore, high-end, play around, try different things, find the shade that works for you and stick to it. Now let's say you don't really have time for that. Let's say I don't have time for a corrector. I've got to leave in like 10 minutes. Here's what you do. You're looking for a concealer that is very thin in texture. You're not going to want to put heavy cream concealers under your eyes. Cream concealers are great for blemishes, they're great for redness, they're great for just about anything except for under here, because this skin is thin enough as it is. You put too many layers of product under here, it's just going to look awful. You're going to look like you're caked in makeup. One concealer I found whose consistency is perfect for this kind of job is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for Dark Circles. It looks like this. You've seen this all over YouTube, I'm sure. They've got quite a few different shades, including a salmon toned corrector shade. But what I love about these is they're thinner and they're lighter weight. They're not a cream consistency, they're a liquid concealer. So you have a little more control over where this ends up going. The only thing I don't like about these is the applicator. I mean, I hate these kind of clicky applicators because you almost always end up getting way more product than you need, but you can always click it up and then use a brush to apply it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get color to show up. There we go. And then I'm just going to only put concealer where the dark circles are. You're not going to put a big old fat triangle on your face. I've seen a bunch of people doing that. It's not cute. You end up looking way too bleh up here. I'm no makeup artist, but I know what looks good and what doesn't. So you're just literally going to dab your concealer, and dabbing motions are key when it comes to working with your under eye. Dabbing motions are key because then you're not going to really pull or tug at that skin. See how smooth that is? Another tip, your socket line creates a shadow here naturally, and your nose bone creates a shadow here naturally. So go ahead and take your concealer up in here. That is going to help erase some of those shadows. I'm just going to place a little bit of pigment up there, and that's going to erase some of that shadow. Go as far up to your lash line as you absolutely need to, but don't feel the need to go all the way up to your lash line. If your darkness is just here, like mine is mostly concentrated right there, don't extend it out any further than you absolutely have to, because these concealers can be quite thick. What I like about this one, this is in the shade Light, and I can just kind of dot it around my redness too. Just kind of have a party, why not? Put some on my chin, all that great stuff. So you've got your concealer on, you look like a freaking alien, now what? Okay, so now you need kind of a stiffer, densely packed but fluffy looking brush. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I love this for this job. It's kind of densely packed, but it's got a little bit of flare out at the end, and this is perfect for blending out your concealer. So you're just going to take it and you're going to do a very gentle, like I'm barely touching the brush to my skin, but you're just going to move in circular motions back and forth, up and down, and blend that concealer out. Do some patting if you need to once you get up into the sensitive areas. And really, really use a light hand with your brush here. It should not be tugging at your skin at all. If it is, you're pressing down too hard. And this is just to move that product around, get it to blend into your skin tone so you don't look like you have splotches all over your face. And just kind of move it where you need it. And you'll notice, see, my dark circles are starting to disappear. At the end of the day, there's always going to be a shadow there. That looks natural. It's supposed to be there. What we want to get rid of is any excess pigmentation. Shadows that don't belong. And there you go. What I like about this concealer is it's close enough to my skin tone to where I can kind of blend it around. Almost forgot my chin. There's a little zit demon there. I blame stress. Anyone else get stress acne? Hit the thumbs up button. Let me know I'm not alone. So there you go. What I like about this is on good skin days, this is so close to my skin tone, I can just wear this and be done. I don't need foundation. I don't need any of those really thick liquids. I can just put a little bit of concealer where my redness is and where my dark circles are, and that's it. And I look like I'm wearing a full face of foundation. It's crazy. Maybelline. Go check it out. So yeah, some of the things you can do to long-term get rid of dark circles is to find that perfect under eye cream for you, that perfect under eye gel for you. You know, go to Sephora, go to a skincare store or a boutique, spend the money, get a nice one. Because once you have a really, really good one, that's actually going to help improve in the long term instead of just having to cover it up. What also helps is getting a good amount of sleep each night, drinking lots of water, I know we're all bad about that, and wearing sunscreen and wearing sunglasses. Every time you go out in direct sunlight, you should be wearing a pair of sunglasses. Because if the sun is shining directly on your face, you're getting all those UV rays all up in that thin skin under your eyes, and you're squinting, and that kind of compresses all the skin in your eyes and busts those capillaries wide open. So you want to be wearing sunglasses every time you go outside. Okay, so now we've got our concealer put on. You can see that a lot of the dark circles are starting to dissipate, which is good. But now we have to make sure this stays here. We want to make sure that this does not move, because a lot of people, what ends up happening is they put on their concealer and it looks perfect, and then without even doing any other steps, they put on their foundation and whoo, it all moves around and gets splotched around, and then you're right back where you started. So my secret is using translucent powder or a powder with a yellow corrector in it to put under your eyes, just a touch, just so little of an amount, because you do not want this to look cakey or creasy. This is the e.l.f. powders, the finishing powders. This is in the Corrective yellow shade. It's just the first one I grabbed. I use the translucent one too. You can use any translucent powder and really just knock the crap out of your brush. Just get all of that product off of there, except for just the littlest bit. And then you're just gonna kind of pat and roll and tap it under your under eye. And this is going to make sure that no matter what else you end up putting on your face, your concealer is not going to budge. I'm just going to roll it, and I'm just gently rolling the brush, very, very gently. Baby the skin under your eyes. It's sensitive. And then I'm going to add a little of whatever's left on my little brush here to the concealer everywhere else, and that's just so it stays. And then you can put on your foundation, and for the most part, you're done. So, bottom line, what to do about dark circles? Get a corrector if you need one. Get a really, on the thinner side, liquid consistency concealer that is as close to your skin tone as possible. Only put that concealer where there is darkness nowhere else. Drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, and for the love of God, wear sunglasses. Honestly, that's about the best advice I can give you on this. I will put a link to all of the products that I'm using and that I recommend for use on dark circles in the doobly-doo, so go ahead and check it out. In the meantime, this video is 15 minutes long, so I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup and carry on with my day because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here and I haven't even done anything today. So, without further ado, I really hope you guys found this helpful. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in a few days.